friends, this is Tracy Brown, and my team and I at non-diet dietitians provide trauma-informed, um, safe and relatively safe enough care in your own skin that you become your own food and care expert. So, yeah, I'm so glad to be back with the videos this week. Had honestly, a couple days delay. It feels like time is just compressing. I'm not sure what's happening, so I know I'm gonna have to do a better job of um, creating some space for these times. I love doing these videos. I mean, it's hard to be consistent with something, honestly, for 7+ years if you don't like it, and I think that's a good lesson for all of us, whether it's with our eating, our movement, our self-care. There's got to be some, um, honestly, needs getting met, and I love to be able to communicate with you all here via this way of doing it. So thank you for waiting and patience and sticking in there, and all the support, honestly, you give us, and the ideas you give us, and the things that you care about that you'd like us to talk about and share. So I do have a list. I know some people have asked me about some um, midlife body change nutrition questions. Some people want to talk a little bit more about BMI. So I will be doing videos about those things in the next couple weeks. So please stay tuned if you've been waiting for those. All right. Well, today I just the topic comes up regularly in our practice. Maybe not every single day or week, but often, and so it bears repeating. I think is majority of time people are struggling with disordered eating, emotional eating, even being over controlled about your eating choices, and it has more to do with feelings of belonging and safety than anything else. It's not. It seems like on the surface it might be about health. But when we recognize that, gosh, you can manage your health really without the negative side effects of food restriction, dieting and all the negative side effects that come with that, the weight cycling, the preoccupation, um, decreased hormone function, all those emptying, all the GI side effects that happen from malnutrition to your gut, we can avoid all that. We don't have to food restrict to improve our health. And then we kind of get like, well, then what do I do with all the feelings in this body, when I'm not restricting or emotional eating to change my state, to move myself out of fight, flight, freeze, or please. We have to recognize, wow, I think I'm going to have to seek some relational safety. And that's what this boils down to is learning, building this internal locus to control in ourselves, not control meaning controlling circumstances, people, food, body. It's I know who I am inside. And in any given situation, I can check in what's outside, what's inside me, and what's true, what's right, what are my values. Because to be able to have the transformation we want, there's a level of like we're learning how to be, like be a human being that's not reliant on the externals to relationally get our needs met. We need each other. We're wired for connection. But if we're feeling like if I got, fitting in is definitely different from belonging. Fitting in means I'm looking out here and what are they doing? What do I perceive about them and what they're doing and what they have that I feel like if I don't do or have, I can't be okay inside. That's fitting in. It's not the same thing as observing. We all observe our environment and people and how we have similarities and differences, but the value judgments are typically what get us in trouble and make us feel afraid. And then we feel like we've got to do something to get rid of that fear. And it could be change your food, it could be change your clothes, it could be change something about the externals to get rid of that threat response kind of feeling of not. We think it's not about fitting. It's like if I don't fit in, I'm not okay. And I'd love for y'all to consider what about belonging? And to belong, you first have to know inside, yeah, who you are, what your values are, and are your actions congruent with those, whether it's food or how you do your health or how you communicate with people. For example, for me, it's like honestly, I love people, but I do struggle with surface level small talk, and there's only a certain degree of that I have capacity before I feel myself wanting to kind of like retreat a bit. And so I have to learn, is the small talk really a threat, or is the lack of like connection what feels like over time the threat? And navigating that. So maybe it's me kind of, oh, I really desire to connect. So is there something I can do here to ask more questions? Or have I discerned over time in that circumstance that that's just not how it's going to be, and I can be really present and attuned and listening, but not have expectations to make people engage of mind getting met there, and move along to something or someone else, and that's okay. Same thing with food. There are times where certain foods just aren't a match, or they're definitely a match, but in different amounts or different circumstances. And instead of labeling food as good or bad, because that's our cognitive way we kind of fit in this culture, it's what's the circumstance right now, and how do I want to navigate that situation with the food or the movement or whatever it is. So I really hope this video was helpful to give you some deeper nuance of how to get clear the differentiation between trying to fit in with your food or your body to get that connection that we need versus belonging. Belonging comes from knowing who you're inside and being able to know when that's in the space, when it isn't, and appropriate expectations, honestly, of others and yourself. So we can apply those same principles to our body as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video was really helpful. I do hope to put out a little bit more info this week. Maybe I'll do another video. We'll see how the timing goes, or if this one feels complete. Well, I'll have to sit inside and feel into that too. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, please put them below. Please share this with people who need to learn the differentiation, that you could tell that there's heard that there's a difference and that they have a choice. They might find that oh, that's what I'm trying to do with my food and body. You don't have to do that anymore. There's so many more options for you. And that's really good news. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.